Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Arjun Chaudhary. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Thursday, the 27th of November. 18th SAARC Summit concludes in Nepal with signing a power deal. 5 killed in Taliban attack on British embassy vehicle in Afghanistan. And Chennai Super Kings should be disqualified from IPL, observes India's Supreme Court. And now for all the details. The South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, or SAARC, on Thursday signed an agreement to create an energy grid to provide seamless power in the region. The deal, which was stalled on Wednesday following Pakistan's objection, got through after other member countries pressurized Islamabad to change its stand. However, 2 other deals proposed by India for providing wider rail and road connectivity between member countries could not be passed. Pakistan had refused the deal, citing lack of completion of internal processes. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Pakistani counterpart Nawaz Sharif also met in an informal meeting on Thursday. Modi, who had a one-on-one meeting with most of the South Asian country heads a day before, had chosen not to meet Sharif. Foreign ministries of both the countries had also said there would not be any structured meeting between them during the summit. The 18th edition of the SAARC Summit concluded on Thursday, passing the baton to Islamabad, which will now host the next session in 2016. India will work to enhance ties with South Asian nations and move together with them in a bid to boost trade, integrate energy grids and ensure easy road and rail connectivity, Prime Minister Modi asserted at the SAARC Summit. A report.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday held bilateral talks with several country heads on the sidelines of the SAARC Summit in Nepal's capital, Kathmandu. He met Bangladeshi Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to discuss ways of enhancing cooperation in key areas of trade and security. Hasina had earlier in the day called for deeper cooperation from member nations to achieve her target of making Bangladesh a developed nation by 2041. Welcoming his newest colleague among the SAARC country heads, Prime Minister Modi also held a dialogue with Afghan President Ashraf Ghani, who assumed power of the war-torn nation in September. The Indian delegation discussed matters affecting SAARC countries with the Sri Lankan side too. Prime Minister Modi assured India's full cooperation to Lankan President Mahinda Rajapaksa in making a strong regional bloc. Rajapaksa on his side complimented Modi on the SAARC satellite proposal. Indian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Syed Akbaruddin later in the day said the member nations lauded the initiative on space cooperation.
Several of the leaders complimented the Prime Minister on the initiative of this satellite. They said that this could transform cooperation in among South Asian countries because each of them shared, some of them shared what they look forward to in terms of benefit from such technology.
Modi also held talks with Prime Minister Shering Tobke and stressed on simplifying cross-border facilities, making procedures less complicated and paperwork less cumbersome. Modi, after meeting Nepalese Prime Minister Sushil Koirala, had flagged off the Kathmandu-Delhi bus service on Tuesday. The bus, which arrived in Indian capital New Delhi after completing its maiden journey on Thursday, was welcomed with loud cheers. Passengers said they were delighted by the en route arrangements.
अभी तो फिलहाल बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है क्योंकि सिक्योरिटी बहुत अच्छे से आया है। भूटान में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुआ हमें, अभी तक अच्छे से पहुँचे हूँ क्योंकि साथ में पूरा रास्ता में सिक्योरिटी था हमारे साथ और चाय नाश्ता का भी बंदोबस्त था बस में ही, तो सब लोग अच्छे से आराम से आ पाए।
The SAARC Summit brings together leaders from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, the Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan and Sri Lanka.
At least 5 people were killed in a suicide attack on a British embassy vehicle in Afghan capital Kabul on Thursday. The bomber riding a motorcycle rammed his explosives into the four-wheeler. The blast also left the scene strewn with wrecked vehicles and debris. While those killed included the Briton, dozens others were also injured. The Taliban, which claimed responsibility for the powerful attack, said it targeted foreign invading forces. The militia, which was ousted from power by a US-led coalition in 2001, has stepped up attacks on international military forces as the Western troops begin to withdraw from the war-torn nation. Polio workers in Pakistan's rest of southwest Balochistan have announced a boycott of the ongoing anti-polio drive in the province. This comes after a militant attack killed 4 polio volunteers on Wednesday.
The bodies of the victims who were gunned down by insurgents were laid to rest by their aggrieved families in provincial capital Quetta on Wednesday. Police said a case has been registered against the unidentified attackers. Polio workers also called off an ongoing vaccination campaign in the light of the incident. Many said the government has failed despite promising to improve security for vaccinators.
सिर्फ एक क्वेश्चन करती हूँ, ये जो हमारी अभी 3 लेडीज शहीद हुई हैं, ठीक है, एक लेडीज जो है वो एक दो सिस्टर है आपस में, ये 2 हो गई, एक जो एक लेडीज का हस्बैंड भी फौत हो गया, उसको पता नहीं और वो खुद भी जख्मी है। सिर्फ ये बता दे, जो लेडीज शहीद हुई हैं उनके जो बच्चे हैं, अगर हुकूमत उनको उनकी माँ वापस ला के देगी तब हम पोलियो करेंगे। ये जवाब है आप लोग के पास।
The drive against polio, a disease which is threatening to isolate Pakistan globally, often gets hampered due to attacks on volunteers. Nearly 70 people have been gunned down in the line of duty in the country since 2012, when the Pakistan Taliban imposed a ban on the oral polio immunization. Pakistan, which broke its own decade-old record of the number of polio cases registered in a year, has reported more than 260 instances of the crippling disease so far this year.
The Indian Supreme Court on Thursday suggested that Chennai Super Kings or CSK should be disqualified from the Indian Premier League. This comes after the court-appointed committee indicted one of its officials, Gurunath Mayappan, for involvement in spot fixing.
The Apex Court observed that CSK should be terminated without any further inquiry after the Justice Mudgal Committee cited a number of irregularities regarding the team. The top court also suggested that former Chief of Board of Control for Cricket in India or BCCI N. Srinivasan owning the team through his company India Cements amounted to conflict of interest. It also sought a detailed report on the shareholding structure of the team and questioned the role of Indian cricket team captain MS Dhoni, who led CSK while being the vice president of India Cements. The Mudgal committee had also found Gurunath Mayappan, who is the son-in-law of Srinivasan and former team principal, for being involved in betting. The BCCI had earlier cleared the name of Mayappan in the incident. Many said the court's observation will help in cleaning up the country's cricket board, which has been battling corruption allegations for some years.
The Honourable Supreme Court has come out with a right verdict, or at the moment observations. And I feel that it's not only Mr. Srinivasan, it's just the tip of an iceberg. What about those who are in the governing council, the members who were either presidents or chairmen of their association, members of their association who are in the governing council? So I'm really very happy with what has happened. I'm sure cricket will get cleansed at least now.
CSK is one of the most successful franchises in the league with 2 IPL Cups and 2 final appearances. The IPL, as the world's most lucrative cricket league, was hit by the biggest controversy in 2013 after 3 players of its franchise, Rajasthan Royals, were arrested by Delhi police for spot fixing.
Pakistan police on Thursday handed over 7 minor girls to their families, who were recovered along with 36 others from a seminary in southern Karachi. Police said the girls from the country's tribal areas were held in illegal detention.
Karachi police on Thursday said the search for relatives of the remaining minor girls aged between 6 and 12 years was still on. It confirmed that all the girls have been shifted to a shelter home in Karachi. According to reports, the rescued minors hailed from Bajaur agency and couldn't speak or understand Urdu. Family members of the girls who still await their homecoming urged the government to ensure their speedy return. The incident came to light on Wednesday after locals alerted the police about the presence of girls in a home in Liaquatabad on the outskirts of Karachi. According to reports, the girls had apparently been handed over to a family by a teacher and a supervisor of the seminary over non-payment of debt. The group, which was kept in a small room, hadn't been fed properly for days.
पता चला है कि 25,000 की रकम का तनाज़ा है, जिसके अवैध ये 26 बच्चियों को यहाँ पर बलि का मतलब एक तरह के बकरा बनाया गया, दर बदर कहा गया, और मदरसे जो कि एक बहुत अच्छा इंस्टीट्यूशन होता है उसका नाम बदनाम करने की कोशिश की गई.
Locals said the seminary in question operated in secrecy and people living around it were unaware of what was going inside its closed doors.
जब भी मैं फजर की नमाज के बाद यहाँ से निकलता था तो यहाँ से छोटे बच्चों की ना तिलावत की आवाज़ आती थी. कभी कभी ना तो मकसद ये कभी ये दरवाज़ा अक्सर तो बंद ही रहता था, जब भी खुलता था ना कभी हफ्ते में या 2 हफ्ते में सफाइयाँ वगैरह जब होने के लिए इसको खोला जाता था तो वही छोटे छोटे बच्चे जो है ना मासूम बच्चे वो सफाई करते ही फ़ौरन ही गेट बंद कर देते थे। 1 साल से तकरीबन ये हम नोट कर रहे हैं।
Many religious centers and seminaries funded on charity across Pakistan are known to keep children from the impoverished areas of the country in the name of providing religious education and a promise of better life.
At least 6 suspected militants were killed in a fresh aerial attack in North Waziristan as part of the Pakistani Army's ongoing anti-Taliban offensive. The unmanned aerial attack on Wednesday was targeted at a compound in the Kunsar area of the region. The strike came a day after Pakistani jet fighters killed 20 suspected members of the banned terrorist outfit, the Haqqani network in Datakhel region. According to reports, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan or TTP chief Mullah Fazullah managed to escape Tuesday's attack. The army began the Operation Zarb-e-Azb to eliminate terror outfits in Pakistan's lawless tribal areas in June. The offensive has reportedly left over 1,500 insurgents dead so far. They are best at endorsing if they themselves are a part of it. Bollywood celebrities tried to give a slice of their own lifestyle to their fans at several do's. Take a look at how they're promoting various causes.
Kids. You love kids? Love them. Maybe to kiddie hu.
He charmed all in his 2012 debut Wiki Donor. And actor Ayushmann Khurrana, who played a sperm donor in the national award-winning film, has been supporting the cause ever since.
Yes.
The 30-year-old was spotted at the launch of a fertility centre in entertainment capital Mumbai. Khurrana said he was proud to be part of the initiative, which has broken several social taboos.
As I said, I'm very fortunate to be a part of such a special film which ushered masses about in the realms of infertility, artificial insemination, semen donation, and it's my pleasure being here.
A self-confessed health freak actor, Siddharth Malhotra, was seen cycling on the streets of Mumbai. The current heartthrob, who was out cheering for the Equal Streets initiative, has in the past taken to some heavy exercising in his films like Student of the Year. One of Bollywood's biggest action heroes, Ajay Devgan's prowess in stunts got him a Dan Black belt at a Taekwondo event in the Western city. Devgan was felicitated by masters of Taekwondo from South Korea's Kuki Won. Devgan said his action avatar came handy for him to get the honor.
हमेशा बचपन से आज मुझे लगता है कि आज अगर फिल्मों में भी जो भी मैं कर रहा हूँ उसका बहुत ज़्यादा क्रेडिट इस स्पोर्ट को जाता है क्योंकि आज लोगों को हमारा एक्शन पसंद आता है और वो जब हम सीखे थे शायद आज उसी वजह से वही सब काम आया.
While the men took to some physical events, one of Bollywood's biggest health freaks, actor Bipasha Basu, promoted fitness across the country. After flagging off the recent World Half Marathon in national capital New Delhi as the face of the annual event, Basu later lent her support to Pinkathon, a run for breast cancer awareness in Mumbai, which is scheduled to take place next month. She said the focus of the international running event is to encourage an active lifestyle and overall fitness for women.
As great as the SBI Pinkathon, because here we are talking about a marathon for women. And that's fantastic, you know. Women need their own, you know, they have to have a little bit of their edge because we kind of provide men with everything, every possible thing, all the time. So there has to be some events like this.
As UNICEF celebrated 25 years of its Convention on the Rights of the Child, Bollywood diva Madhuri Dixit supported the event ahead of the Lucknow Literature Carnival dedicated to children in the northern provincial capital.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. 18th SAARC Summit concludes in Nepal with signing of power deal. Five killed in Taliban attack on British embassy vehicle in Afghanistan. And Chennai Super Kings should be disqualified from IPL, observes India Supreme Court.